Scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today with a new layout. So this one is for using my For the Love of Homemade kit. I also am participating in Off the Board today. You will have seen the layout that I am scraplifting, and also I made this layout while I was in my hotel room. So you can tell that the lighting and the desk area are totally different. I apologize about the lighting. It wasn't the best, but I'm really happy with how this layout turned out. So here you can see I'm kind of going through my kit. I decided to bring my For the Love of Homemade kits with me. I wasn't sure how much time I would have or how I would feel after working. I worked a lot longer days and more days this past week than I have in a very long time. So I worked 8-hour days for 6 days straight. I didn't get a break in between or anything. So it was a crazy week. And I think I made this layout the first night that I was there because I was just so excited. I had had a really good day at work, and so I had a lot of fun making this layout. I didn't make my next layout, which you guys will see tomorrow, until I think Thursday night, because I just, yeah, it was crazy. I would get home at like 8 o'clock at night and have to eat dinner, and then I would just hit the sack, and it was crazy. So since this is kind of a new setup for me, you'll notice that I do hit the camera every once in a while. I apologize about that. But as you can see here, I am cutting up a ton of strips. And I really love how this layout turns out. So I decided I was going to do, at first I was thinking I was just going to do blues and pinks. And so I started out with dark blue, and then I went and got some light blues and yada da da. I kind of went through a bunch of different papers. So now here you can see I am putting down the papers that I cut up, and this is where I decide, okay, if I'm gonna fill up this whole top part, I need a lot more papers. So I'm gonna start bringing in other colors. I'm gonna bring in greens and yellows, and I really like how this turns out. So here's another green, and this one I actually, before I left, I used an embossing folder on this one, and I don't know that you can really tell. I think I used a part that didn't have the embossing on it. But our kit this month called for either embossing folders or embossing powders or something, some kind of embossed added element to our kit. And I added embossing folders because that's what I had. So here you can see I'm just adding in all of these pieces of paper. I decide I'm going to add in purple. If you didn't know, purple is my favorite color. I love purple. So this is where I kind of run out of colors. So I was really glad that my kit had such a wide range of colors, but it doesn't make the banners stretch all the way across. And so what I kind of decide to do is I do have 3 photos, but my sketches only calls for 2. So one of my photos is a landscape photo, and so I decide to add that to the top, so that kind of like covers up some of that blank space there that doesn't have the banners. So I really, really like how that looks. Now here I am. I went off to go grab my Amy Tan colors, watercolors, which, yes, I know I'm crazy. I brought mixed media with me, but I was so glad that I did, because this layout calls for mixed media. It calls for watercolors. And so I had a lot of fun doing this. I'm going to start mixing a bunch of different colors. At first I was thinking I was just going to go for like a purple color or kind of like a pinky color. But then I kind of start going crazy and added blue, and I was like, holy cow, that was a lot of blue. So I'm just going to do all of the colors of the paper, and I'm just kind of fussing around with it. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of playing around. So here I decide, oh, I want to add some splatters too. So I'm starting to add splatters, and I'm adding them all the way down the page. I really like how that effect looks on my layout. And then that yellow was like a bright yellow. I was like, oh my gosh. But it's okay. It dries, and it doesn't dry so bright, so it's not too bad. Then I'm adding some green, and then I add some purple, because you can't live without purple, right? It was a little dark, so I decided to add some pink to it, make it a lighter purple, and then I made the pink darker. So now I am going to start placing each of these color combinations down. I'm going to glue them, and yeah, it's going to take a little bit. So I'll let you watch a little bit of it, but then I'll kind of cut out the rest of it, because it does take forever. And while I was doing this, I was watching my favorite TV show of all time. Can you guess what it is? It's Friends. Do you like how I paused and gave you a little bit to guess? Yeah, Friends is like the best TV show ever in the world. And if you say it's not, then yeah, you need to like leave right now. I'm just kidding. I love Friends. I was talking to, I don't remember who it was. I think it was someone at work, and they were like, I just don't like Friends. And I looked at them and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, do you not have a sense of humor? Like, what is literally wrong with you? And I think it was like one of my really good friends at work, and I was like, I don't think we can be friends anymore. Okay, now I have all of the banners glued down, and so I'm gonna start messing around with the photos and trying to layer behind them. So I guess I didn't grab all of the footage. I think I might have forgot to press record. So sorry about that. But you can see that I have my photos matted. So the top one, I actually made some fringe. And the reason I did that was because fringe was one of our like recipe pieces from our kit, or from the like the recipe to make our kit. That's what I meant. And so since I don't think I brought any fringe with me. I don't know. I just thought it would be kind of fun to make my own fringe on that photo mat. And so I did. And then I did use the embossed green part under the other two photos. And then now you can see I am gluing down all of my sequins. I used I don't remember what they're called. I think it's called Morning Dew Drops. I'll leave a link below. They're from Spiegel Mom Scraps, and I'm pretty sure she still sells those. Okay, now here I am just putting another paper layer behind this bottom photo. It was just a scrap piece of paper, and so I just glued that back there, and I'm going to finish up with the sequins, and then I will come back. I think this is actually the next day, maybe. I don't know. My room was freezing, and if I turned up the air conditioner past 73, it would turn on the heater. And so it's like I had to leave it at like 72, but it never felt 72. It felt like 60 in there. So yeah, I had to leave on my sweater every night. Some of the nights I slept in it because I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cold. So now I am just embellishing. I really like that little quote that's down there. It says, never lose your sense of wonder. And I knew that I wanted this layout to be called like He's Such a Monkey, or My Monkey Kid, or something like that. And so now you can see I'm going through my alphas. And this is where I decide I'm going to use this blue one to spell out the word monkey. And then I'm going to use the pink one that's exact like the same font and everything to spell out the word kid. And that works out awesome. So there you go. That is the title. I hope that you enjoyed this layout. Sorry for all the hiccups, but I had a lot of fun. I really liked the Scraplift, and I really like how mine turned out. Make sure you check out all the other links below. There are, let's see, Christy is joining Hannah and I today for our summer video series. And then also all the off the board ladies will be hanging out with me today too. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and that you have a great and wonderful Monday. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.